What's going on, guys? This is your channel TFD coming back with another video. And man, oh man, it looks like Coach Reeve just ran out of words after what just happened. For this one right here, we got to take it straight to the north, Minnesota, stand up, or maybe sit back down after this one. Let's get it. Let's go. It honestly felt like the Fever brought a snowstorm in July because they absolutely iced the Minnesota Lynx. Straight up domination. Natasha Howard was on a different level. She was cooking like it was a personal kitchen out there. Buckets left and right. Couldn't nobody stop her. Final score, 74-59. Indiana Fever came through locked in and left with a win. And let me tell you, Cheryl Reeve, she ain't tweeting, she ain't talking, she probably still trying to figure out what just him. But hey, I'm not gonna hold y'all any longer. You already know what time it is. Roll the footage.
They were doing specifically, or did you feel like you guys just weren't executing the way you wanted to?
Yeah, I thought in the first half we have a tendency to, as we've learned about ourselves over the course of how many games that we've played now, we have a tendency sometimes to get impatient. And I didn't think that our commitment to moving the basketball and creating advantages, we had a hard time getting that done, which led to, we had some easy shots that didn't fall, as did they, particularly early in the game, and then they kind of got their rhythm going, and we just we sort of lost ours. We had 27 points, and then we had 7 in the second quarter. That's tough. So yeah, give them credit. I didn't watch the video back, but I would imagine that they just sort of beat us to spots. We didn't have our usual sort of fortitude, fight, response to physicality. They beat us, give them credit.
Anyone else have any questions? First, go to your left.
First for the coach. You guys are up, I think, 13 points after Jess made that basket. Were you surprised at, I guess, how quickly things turned? It seemed like it was almost like day and night, not necessarily a gradual accumulation of problems. Was that striking to you?
No, the simple answer is no, because they were getting good shots early, but they were missing. And then when they started making them, we took the ball to the net. It was a different story. So when they were missing and we built that lead, they used both, and then they were getting the same shots again, and started making them.
Hey, scoot 1 second, the microphone, if you will.
Seeing the refs at one point were actually letting them play a little physicality, got a little chippy in there. Do you feel that you guys lacked matchup in those moments, or what did you see there?
Lacked matchup in the chippy moments.
Yeah, in the physicality.
Yeah, I didn't think we had a great response to it, for sure. We're usually pretty good about identifying. We're usually pretty good about our own, defending with physicality. And for whatever reason, we lacked that today.
Next question, front row left.
For either of the players, some of the players that we talked about how last year's victory was kind of a turning point in terms of showing what this team could be after a frustrating game like this, which, had hurt but doesn't count in the standings. What do you guys feel you need to take from this as you move forward during this homestand?
I mean, it's good to look at it as like a learning opportunity, and with a growth mindset. We're in a position where it doesn't affect our standings, but we still want to hold it in a place that it means something to us. Like, we always want to play our best basketball, and so we have to take this game to heart, and like I said, learn from the mistakes that we made in this game, the way we showed up, the way that we prepared, and make sure that we don't do it again.
Next question, second row all the way to the right.
Cheryl, we've talked about Lan quite a bit, just her toughness, but in a night like tonight where she's kind of undersized and battling through a lot of physicality, could you just touch on what makes Lan such a uniquely special player to do that?
Yeah, it's every night, literally every night, the matchups that she has. She embraces what we do to her, I think she explained it to me once this way, that Aussies always get up. You know, that she's gonna give it. She's gonna be competitive. There's not a competitive spirit that maybe is greater than Lan's. And you know, she'll take her hits and she gets up. Aussies always get up. Lan's an all-star. You know, Lan has had a tremendous, contributions to our success this season. I mean, defensively, she is the key. She is the key. And as you saw tonight, she spaces the floor and runs in transition and just maximum effort at all times.
Next question, center, second row.
Natasha Howard had a big performance. What was she doing to find that success? Was there anything in particular that she was exploring or doing to find the success that she had?
On players?
Either. I guess players.
I mean, I think she was just aggressive. Like, she was really aggressive at the rim, and forcing fouls. And we did do a good job of helping each other contain, I think.
Next question, second row to your left.
And this one's for Jess. Jess, you were not on this team last season when the Lynx ran the Commissioner's Cup. Can you just discuss just what this experience is like for you?
I mean, obviously, anytime you can play for, a trophy, it's a big game, but I think it's important as a team that, right now, last year it was kind of a turning point, but I think you can look at this game as a turning point for us as well because, okay, we got exposed in some areas and, we know we can't show up like we did today if we want to be in the finals at the end of the year. So I think you can just look at it as a turning point, just like, last season they took the victory as a turning point. I think this year you can learn a lot from today and come in and approach every day better.
Next question, front row, right?
Coach Reeve, I know you hadn't faced these guys before this year, but based on facing them last year, when they have that lineup, when they have maybe Colson, like a strong guard lineup, Colson and Kelsey Mitchell, and even Aaron McDonald, are they different to play in terms of just the quickness and the way they get hands on balls and stuff? I just wonder if you could kind of reflect on that.
Did you say strong lineup?
Small.
Oh, smaller. Sorry, smaller. I don't know. I have to try to have some recollection about last year. But no question, the physical talents of Aerie and Colson and Mitchell. I mean, they're elite in their speed. But I didn't think that was our biggest problem today. They scored 68 points. That's another time that we've given up 68 points and we've lost. Did that last week in Washington. So it wasn't the defense was our problem.
And Indiana has done it. Their first ever Commissioner's Cup championship, knocking off the Minnesota Lynx. This is Howard setting up McDonald, knocking down the tray. Finds a cutting McDonald, easy deuce. Double team, outside Cunningham for three, yes. Out to Cunningham, in the corner, got the three. Indiana on top. Now it's Howard having to go to work in the lane, put it up and in. Finds hole beyond the arc, he score. Colson with the trifecta.
And that's how you do it.
Over to Cunningham, long range, bottoms!
A joint effort across the board. Everyone on this roster did their part tonight.